Did you know there is a Washington state estate tax that's way lower than the federal estate tax? And you might be subject to it right now, not even know it. That's what we're going to talk about today. I am Christopher Small, by the way. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. And today I'm going to talk to you about estate taxes. I'm going to break them down in 3 minutes or less. By the way, this intro does not count in the 3 minutes. Don't start until I get started. By the way, okay, in addition, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, estate taxes explained in 3 minutes or less. Let's start the clock right now. Okay, if you live in Washington State, which is where we are right now, you have two estate taxes that you need to worry about. Estate tax number one is the federal estate tax, okay? It's the estate tax that's owed by everyone in the country. If you have assets of $12.98 million or more, you are potentially subject to this tax because the exemption is $12.98 million. You don't pay any tax until you're over that amount. If you are married, you each get your own $12.98 million exemption. And when the first spouse dies, you can give your exemption to your spouse by just checking a box on a little tax form. That ability is called portability. You can port your exemption to your spouse. So if you are married, federally, you have about $26 million worth of room before you have to worry about taxes. That is not so in Washington State. Washington State has its own separate estate tax. This estate tax exemption amount is $2.193 million, okay? So if you're over $2.2 million, you face some potential tax. And unlike federal law, Washington state law does not allow for portability. There is no portability, all right? Now, that does not mean when the first spouse dies, you are going to have to pay estate taxes. That's not true. What happens is, as long as you transfer assets to the surviving spouse, there will be no estate tax owed. There is also an unlimited marital exemption. So you can transfer as much as you want to your spouse, no estate tax owed. However, when the surviving spouse dies, anything over $2.193 million is going to face some tax. Now, you might be wondering, how much tax? Well, I'm about to tell you. The first million, so from 2.2 to 3.2, is taxed at 10%. The next million after that, 3.2 to 4.2, is 14%. And then it goes up 1% per million until you get to a flat 20% on anything over $9.2 million. So, not insignificant. Here's an important thing to remember as well. Everything counts. So retirement accounts count, bank accounts count, life insurance, death benefits count. Real estate counts. It all counts, okay? So when you are thinking about whether or not you might be subject to this, then you want to consider everything, okay? Now, there is a solution to saving the first spouse's estate tax exemption amount with a special type of trust called a credit shelter trust. Now, you have two options when it comes to credit shelter trust. You can Google it. If you Google it, search Washington Credit Shelter Trust so that you can see how it works here. Or you can go find another one of my videos. If you Google that though, one of my videos will probably pop up. And that is it. That is estate taxes explained in under 3 minutes. Now, if you want strategies for avoiding those taxes, that's another time for another video. I'm happy to do that. Okay, look around. I've already made them. And that is where we will wrap it up today. Hopefully that made sense. If it did, great. Like this, subscribe, follow, do whatever. If it didn't and you have questions, then ask them. I'm happy to answer them. And if you have questions about your own specific life or property or situation, you can set up a time to talk with us over the phone for free by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, that's it. As always, I am Christopher Small. I am the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.